Hello, today I want to show you a couple cool things you can do with WaveLinx and its public APIs when you make your own WaveLinx integrated applications. A couple things you will need before getting started on your own projects are a WaveLinx server with a valid license hosted on an accessible network, as well as an available user with third-party integration permissions. So right now I'm showing you an application that I have built using the public APIs. The APIs I'll be using are the get public login token, all areas detail list, logout, and refresh access token. Here's a login page I built to get the public login token. First, I need to input the IP address that the WaveLinx server I will be using is hosted on. Next, a user with the proper third-party integration permissions and the password associated with it. After clicking Login, the login API is called and it will return an access token, which I will be using in every other subsequent API call, which looks something like this. Without this token, every API call I wish to use will instead return an error. In this application, I will be retrieving all of the areas for a particular building to display the real-time occupancy state of each area. First, I will search for an existing building on the WaveLinx server using the building's public ID. And after searching for the building, the app will display all the areas that belong to it, as well as their occupancy states through the Get All Areas Detail List API. So this area here is unoccupied or available for use, and this area here shows that it is occupied or unavailable for use. You can also filter these areas based off of its availability, as well as name matching. It's really useful if you want to host a meeting in an available room right away without having to check each room, or if you want to keep the application running on a big screen in the office so anyone can take a quick glance before going to an available room. If you look at the top left here, it displays the time the occupancy states were last updated. For this app, I've decided to call the area detail list every 15 seconds. If you want, you can even make your own room booking system with this information. Here is a sample room booking system I made. So let's create a new event and give my new event a name. Next, the building that it will be in. Now, this selection here will call all of the areas in the building inputted in the form above. Let's put this meeting in room 103A. And now I'm going to input a start time tomorrow at, let's say, 8 a.m. And let's say this meeting runs for 2 hours. And there you have it, a basic booking system integrated with WaveLinx. Once you are done with this application, you can log out, which will invalidate the access token used throughout the session. If you log back in once more, a new access token will be generated for use. One other thing that you must know when creating your own WaveLinx integrated applications is that the access token used to make every API call expires every 2 hours, regardless of whether a logout has been performed. If you want your application to run for longer than 2 hours at a time, that's when the refresh token comes in handy. To use the refresh token API, we do need the refresh token, which is different from the access token, but also looks similar. The refresh token is also generated through the same login API. For this application in particular, the refresh token API is called every 1.5 hours, allowing me to continually pull the latest occupancy states for each area. That about wraps up this video. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to know more about WaveLinx and how it can connect to your business.